This week on the show, we're featuring orange selenite, opal under the microscope cam, donuts on Why'd I Buy That, 10 new jokes, and negative levels of negativity. I signed up to be part of the Wu-Tang Clan because I thought it was about a love for orange drink. Let's start the show. Hiya, Colette. Welcome to the show. I was just over at Buds and Hazard's place. Haven't seen him go live in a long time, if ever. Maybe I have seen him go live, and it's been a while. But he was doing a panel, and I caught him like just as I'm getting ready for the show because I was at work. Had to cut, trim, drill, and prime and paint some doors. But he was having a live panel. One of these days I'm gonna have to catch him when he's live and chat. That'd be cool. So I guess the saw video here, you already saw me saw. I saw it off, not a shotgun. I sawed off that orange selenite. Now I'm sawing some white jade. We're going to get to that in a little while. I got 2 pieces of that white jade. We should actually look at that on the microscope cam too. Hey, Buds made it. All right. I dropped your link for you, Buds. He did the same for me. And he's a cool guy. And he was watching Looney Tunes. How can you not love that? So what do we got going on tonight? Colette, did you like my Wu-Tang joke? My I signed up for Wu-Tang Clan. I'm wondering if I gotta say it right. None of these jokes have been told on an open mic yet. These are all fresh. Fresh this week. Oh, 710 made it. All right. So 710, when I set up to go live, let's see if I can show you. I don't have a thing set up for screen share though. It's down in the corner. I'm going to take a picture and try to show you on the webcam. Let's move this down here. Clink. Okay, let's see if I can do this in reality. Shaved a little more lepidolite. Oh, it's so fuzzy. So here's the chat, people, and here's the chat where I type. This little box down here, it has the mouse over it. It's got it looks like an equalizer, but it's actually a pole. And then this is the emoji smile. That's the send a message button, the characters. So that's where it is down in the corner. Whoa, that's a lot of Jacob. Zoom. Hello there. Welcome to the show. Alright, the chatbot made it. Nice. My friend thought the Wu-Tang joke was funny. Awesome, Kiwi Claw. I'm glad. I'm glad somebody laughed at that, because I thought that was probably one of my better jokes this week. Even though I've got a couple story jokes, which I think are pretty good, I thought that was a pretty good joke. Alright, where's the rest of the video at? Okay, we've got 2 videos. I think this one's quick. So selenite is actually a rather soft stone. And I don't work with soft stones a lot, but this is unique. It's orange, it's got great color, it's beautiful stuff. I've seen selenite before with all these lines in it, and I was like, maybe I can grind it up and put it on my burger as some salt, but it's not that kind of selenite. It's not selenite, even though it kind of sounds like it. What is selenite? Okay. It's calcium, sulfur, and oxygen with 2 waters in it. It's a 2 on the Mohs hardness scale, even though I would say it was a little closer to like a 3 or so. It shaped rather quickly, but not too quickly. I actually wound up shaping it with 100 grit. And then I shaped it, yeah, this is 100 grit. And then I shaped it with a 240. And then I finished it out with 1,000. And I was using the Dole 1000. And I decided I wanted to shape it a little quicker. So I put on the Sharp 1000. And it actually shaped up pretty quick with the Sharp 1000. I think it was a little too much. I'd like to kind of even it out a little bit. But let's see, where are we at? Where are we with things? Nope, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's the one. Okay. Missed the joke. Nice. Wu-Tang. YouTube administrators chatting a lot. I got bone ductive headphones. What are those? Are those like Bone Thugs in Harmony ductive headphones? Gotcha. Thanks, man. You're welcome, 710. Good to see you, Home Slice. Great color. Perfect pumpkin color. Oh, Colette. Yeah, that's well said. The picture doesn't even really show the quality of the color. I mean, it's a really cool piece. I'm pretty happy with it. I wasn't sure at first, but I like it. So remember, I keep talking about Tom Kelly and the Tom Kelly Show, which I'm going to drop the link so we can go over there and chat afterwards if you're bored. He's got a pretty cool show coming up. He's been having a guest on who is a fashion model. Her name is Caitlin O'Connor, and she does a lot of like high fashion things and regular fashion things, which I think high fashion is where they wear like weird stuff. So I don't really know if she does a lot of that, but it's like high-end fashion stuff. And I noticed she had a necklace on that was a raw crystal, and I was like, is that citrine? And she's like, yeah. And I was thinking, we can do better. And so I was like, what's your favorite color? Or no, I was like, what's your favorite gem? I don't know. Either way, she said selenite. And I was like, hey, I've got some selenite, and I've been meaning to shape it. So I was like, all right, we're going to do that one. We needed a gem for the show, and here you go. We got a chunk of orange selenite. Something I've never worked with. I think I need to buff it on a buffer, but I like it. It is really big, Colette. It's a big old stone. Make a big necklace out of it, right? Yeah, it'd be cool to buff it. Let's get it under the microscope cam, shall we? Cheers. They play music, but they don't go in your ear. Okay. Ductive headphones. Gotcha. Oh, those are the ones that like go over. They're like for your glasses or something, right? Your safety glasses or your seeing eyeglasses, as opposed to hearing eyeglasses, which I guess is what those are. You're going to have to send me a picture of them, Kiwi. I'd like to see that. Let's fire up the microscope cam. Anybody got a match? We're going to fire it up. The biggest challenge with shaping this was patience. I'm in such a hurry to get the gem done for the show. I wish I had more time, then I could do more gems. Do 2 gems a week. Because when I do the math, I'm like, oh man, I only do like 50 gems a year. I'd like to do more. Oh wow, that is way zoomed in. Wonder if I can raise the camera up. Okay, let's show you guys what I'm dealing with here. Blam! There we go. See, it's got these little pits. See how the light's going across it, but then it's got little pitted areas. Pardon me. I think that the pitted areas, you know, it's kind of like the surface as you grind down or polish down. There's a little loose bit of stuff that comes out, and that makes a pit. So then as I polish down to get rid of that pit, another pit forms. And so it's like I've got these interlocked pits, you know, you grind one down and the other one shows up. So you kind of go with a softer polish, you know, a smaller grit so that you grind out smaller and smaller bits. But I think we're at the point where I need to like buff it to be able to get the grit down that far. Maybe I could try and polish it on my polishing lap, which is that tin type lap. And I could actually get down, I was using a 2000 grit sandpaper and I could actually get down to like 8000 with that. So it might be a little cleaner of a polish. I'm looking for more shine. I mean, it's mostly about texture, not being able to see down in it. Even though there is some translucency to it. Like if I hold it up here, see how you can see my finger behind it? So there's some translucency to it. You can actually see down into it. But I'm trying to get more, you know, when I'm showing you like this, I'm trying to get this to be brighter, like flashier. Now here, I'll show you an example. This gem from a couple weeks ago, very flashy. Nice orange citrine, right? Nice oval, flashy piece. So I want to get the polish on that, so I need to actually work on the polish a little bit more. But it was fun to shape, I will say that. And I kind of like the octagon that I got going on. It's like I got a square, and then I got these end caps. And it makes for an octagon. Oh, I was talking about straightening it out too. Notice how one of these lines is crooked? This one here. That's because this surface is 2 surfaces. There's one surface, there's the other surface. So I'm going to actually take it back in there and try to reshape that a little bit, and then we'll polish it up again and make it look nice. Big old clunk gem, right? Big old swing it around your neck gem. So you can dance at the rave party. Boom, boom. People start getting too close to you, you just start doing the neck twirl, and then it goes around, and it gives you a little bit of space, you know? That one guy, welcome to the show. It's a really big stone. How many colors does selenite come in? Oh, let's take a look at that. Characteristics. Okay, selenite, satin spar, which is like the bars of it. Desert rose, gypsum flower. Let's see. Most often transparent and colorless. If selenite crystals show opacity or color, it's caused by the presence of other minerals, sometimes in druzy, which is where the crystals form on top of another thing. But that doesn't tell us how many colors it comes in. I've seen it dyed, actually. Let's see. Selenite. Brown green, brownish yellow, greenish, gray, green, and gray white. Earthy, dull, clay-like texture with no visible crystalline affinities is where it grows. Usually I just see it in white. Let's look on minerals.net. I was talking to Downriver Mining and Lapidary, and he gave me another website like mine.org. I need to get it from him again because it was like I should have been asleep time when he gave me that website. But it's really cool because it's kind of like minerals.net, but it also gives you like mine data, like locations of stuff. They got scapolite and sphene and spinel and sodalite and spodumene and sunstone, but they don't have any selenite. Let's check the minerals, because actually minerals.net breaks it down into gems and minerals. Maybe selenite's not considered a gem, even though it should be. Let's start up the other video. One more video. See, this is where I was close, and I wasn't quite sure about the octagon here, so I wanted to make it a little bit smaller. Serpentine, that's kind of selenite looking, but it's not selenite. Maybe minerals.net doesn't have selenite, or maybe it's not listed in their categories. Let's try selenite. And it's not showing up. Or is it? There it is. Okay, they have it, but they don't. Okay, it's under gypsum. All right. So selenite is a form of gypsum. And okay, colorless, white, gray, brown, beige, orange, pink, yellow, light red, and green. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different colors, Colette. Blam. Knock that one out of the park. Shablooza blam. There's the link. Mindat.org. Thank you. No orange. That's what I was saying, Colette, but apparently it's about the gypsum whatchama. So that's what we are looking at, and it says brown, white, gray, brown, or colorless, white, gray, brown, beige, orange, and it let's see, yeah, it shows some orange pictures down at the bottom. Gonna have to set up a screen share so we can go through that together. Let's see, where are we at? Let's see. Skip the I's and the R's. How many colors R's does selenite? Okay, skip. Super cool. You're super cool, that one guy. Welcome to the show. And Yeong. Ah, Roxy. Welcome, Roxy. Kamsahamnida. I see the stripes in it. I know, right? The texture is really kind of cool, in my opinion. I mean, sometimes I don't really like inclusions. I like color gems that have, clarity. But I'm pretty partial to this, especially since I can see down into it, and the lines in there are like three-dimensional as I turn it. Interlocking pits. Oh, that's funny. 710. Okay. I wonder if your gemstone powder would be good for soil microbe life. Actually, that one guy, some people have talked to me about maybe using it with mycorrhiza. I'm totally saying that wrong. The mushroom stuff in the soil. And I've never actually had the chance to test that out. I actually don't have a lot of that stuff set up. All I really do is if people ask about it, I sell it to them. But I haven't been promoting it a lot. I haven't been working on it. Just been too busy with all, work mostly this year, and doing comedy and then taekwondo, getting kind of caught up with that. And the year went by really quick. But anyway, I would like to run some more tests and stuff. But mostly I just put it on my garden and. Oh, who was I gonna send salsa to this year? Because I did actually get a couple of good batches of salsa, and I'm thinking about uh, making a third batch of salsa. So I was gonna send some salsa to Kiwi Claw and Diane and Allison, and I was gonna give away a jar of salsa. So we need to do that. We need to have a giveaway for a jar of salsa. We'll do that when I get back from New York. Yeah, we'll do that in a couple of weeks. So we'll have a salsa giveaway coming up. Oh, my watermelon. I was supposed to upload the watermelon to Instagram and I didn't do that. Gonna have to do that next week. I'm gonna brag about my watermelon a little bit here. I got 2 prize watermelons this year. And when I put the seeds in the ground, I got 5 seeds for like $3.50, and I was like, really? That's it? Because, a watermelon, it's got lots of seeds. You think they could give me a lot more. Anyways, I put a half a bottle on the seeds when I put them in the holes. I just finger dunked the holes, put the seeds in there, squeezed them, covered them up, patted it down, and they sprouted. I think 3 of them sprouted. So I gave the rest of the half of the bottle to the 3 plants, and I got 2 prize watermelons, and I picked the first one, and it turned out to be 101.5 pounds. Humble brag on my watermelon. And it's not even very clear. That's a quarter. And that's my ginormous 100-pound watermelon. I'm going to put that on my Instagram next week. I should have put it in the pictures this week. I got a picture of it on the scale, too. It's a Toledo scale. I was like, holy Toledo. Oh, wow, I'm behind on the chats. You guys are so awesome. I'm glad y'all came by to say hi. What is up? Mindat.org. Okay, got it. I got some new pieces of agatized jasper and Stony Creek jaspers. Awesome. Yeah, check out Downriver Mining and Lapidary's channel. Go ahead and drop your link, man. No blue. I didn't see any blue, Colette. Not sure about that. Maybe it has some blue tints. I found my heart in the rock fields. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's like whittling but with stones. Yeah. And I didn't upload any pictures of my spark plugs either. Oh, Benny Loca showed up. She heard salsa. Benny, do you like salsa? How about opal? Do you like opal? Because in that saw video, I'm not sure if I got to this one or not, but I split this piece of opal. Where's it at? There we go. Okay, so notice how there's a white zone and then a yellow zone. This yellow zone has a lot of cracks and inclusions, and I'm not sure if there's a lot of flare in it or not. It didn't really seem to have much in the ways of, like, potential. But this white area does. And I thought I just saw it in half, so that way I can take this yellow part and flip it up and polish it and see if there's something big enough to work with. I want to be able to look in and kind of look around. But this white piece, this has some clarity to it. I can actually see down in there. And I think it's got some real potential. So I'm going to process this with Colette's piece. And maybe we'll even be able to put some of it on her ring, depending on how it turns out. I'm not sure. It needs the green. But I'm still working on that other piece. I flipped it on the other side of the dop, and I need to actually process it. I need to grind at it a little bit and get it down to where it's that little tiny norb that we can put on her ring and fix her ring. But anyway, that's the opal. That's the selenite. Here's the white jade, which basically the white jade... Every show. The white jade... I should award points for keeping track of how many times I've dropped the gem. Isn't this kind of neat? It's kind of like I'm going to make it into like a Washington Monument piece, I guess. A little sliver. Make a great necklace or something. This one would make a great necklace, and then this would go on the bracelet or something like that. Or maybe like a finger ring where you wear it on the end of your finger and you're like, I can point at you and I can scratch lottery tickets. But anyway, and we could turn it upside down like this and make it into a necklace. But this is the white jade, and it's very clean. A lot of this stuff has like cracks in it and all that. I'm thinking when we polish it, you'll be able to see through it. I don't know. I haven't worked with it. It seemed actually pretty hard. And jade... Jadeite jade is actually a kind of chalcedony, so also I'm kind of wondering if, since it's white jade, if it really qualifies as chalcedony. I'm not sure. Gonna have to look into that one, and we'll learn more about that when we feature it on the show. That's the microscope portion. I guess I could show you the piece of emerald that I cut, because I'm actually planning on shaping on this. This was on the saw, too. I shaped this chunk of emerald. Looks like we're going to cut this little bit off here where it's cracked, and we'll grind down this little area here. But it's got good color in this for an opaque emerald. Who knows? It might polish up a little bit, because I got in there, and it's actually got pretty good color compared to the rest of the slice. Notice how that's a little more pale. If I can get them together. This... I cut the one off of the other one. There. Notice how one of them's a little bit more pale than the other one. Flip them over for you. A little bit of green. This one's got some problems, but they're not very deep. So really, I'm going to process both of them, and we'll see how they go. But it's kind of exciting, because I haven't shaped emerald for like 3 years. Anyways, that's the microscope portion of the show. We got to get to the buying stuff so we can get to the jokes, and I can get you on your way to having a great week. Looks like snow. Yeah, it's very white. I like it. I don't have a lot of like pure white gems. I've been waiting for Jade since the unboxing. Oh, wow. Thanks, Roxy. I'm glad you're excited about it. I see a couple nice flashes there. Well, we don't want to do too much flashing on the show, do we? Or maybe we do. I love both. Oh, you love salsa? Or giveaways? Or lottery? Or opal? Or just being here? Someone is setting off fireworks, and it's dry out here. I mean, as dry as my mouth after a rough day. I hear you there, Benny. Okay, you know what I do when I have a dry mouth? I buy donuts. Why did I buy donuts? Because I'm weak. I'm only one man. There are so many donuts and only one Jacob. I can't fight them all off myself. I would eat all the donuts. That's the problem. That's why I can't get donuts, is because I eat all of them. That's what happens. I really like pick-a-mix donuts because I can't decide. I'm like, oh, give me the chocolate one. Ooh, give me one with Bavarian filling. Ooh, give me one that's got, peanuts crushed all over it. Give me the one that's maple and bacon. Give me the one that's, glaze and apple fritter and cinnamon roll. And give me a dozen raspberry filled with powdered sugar. And then that's what happens is because I can't decide buying them, I get them all. And you know, when you buy one donut, it's like $10. If you buy 12, it's like $11. So you might as well get the rest of them for free. So I get the dozen donuts, and then I can't decide which one I'm going to eat. So I start eating them. And I eat one a little bit, and then I eat half of another one, and I'm like, the first one was good. I'm gonna eat that one, and then I start eating more, and I get about 9 or 10 donuts into the box, and I start just eating the top off of the donuts so that I can because that's the good part. And then I start fantasizing about just getting a can of frosting and stirring in some peanuts and some bacon and some cinnamon and just eating that. And I'm like, no, we'll just stick with the donuts because those are here. And by the end of it, I'm like, just licking out the filling in an obscene manner and reclining in my chair. And there's so many crumbs on me, I need to like scoop my shirt up so that I don't drop them all over the floor and have to vacuum more often. That's why I can't do donuts, but I did this time because there were apple cider donuts. Yeah, this is what I saw. I don't really do Hostess anymore. They used to have Hostess around here. They had a Hostess manufacturing building. I need to show you guys a picture because on the side of the building they have one of those giant crank valves it's like the size of a fire hose, and it has a sign over it that reads liquid sugar. Yeah. Oh, I miss that so much. But they closed down when Hostess had their baker strike. The bakers all went on strike because they wanted more. And then Hostess closed down and went out of business for like 4 or 5 years. And then they started back up, and now everything's full of preservatives, which is mostly wax to make it shiny but also last longer, and vegetable oil. And so it doesn't taste as good anymore. It's just Hostess used to be the pricier snack cake, but now it's all just the same as like Little Debbie's and the rest of them. What do they call them? Tasty cakes? Tasty cakes. And there's another one. But anyway, I decided I'd go with these Entenmann's because they get a pretty good review. So I decided to try these apple cider donuts, and they're glazed. They're cake donuts. They're very dunkable. You bite a hole in the side, you dunk it in the milk, it's very soft, and they kind of taste like an apple fritter cake donut. So I was like, what's the difference between apple juice and apple cider? Apple juice is strained. Apple cider is not strained. So the apple cider has pulp in cider. And that's the joke. I'll leave with that. That's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. I went over here, I saw they were on sale. I grabbed one of the top boxes that was long ways. I didn't feel the need to dig down and get one of the boxes on the bottom. They were all pretty much there. They looked great. They looked freshly stocked. So I just grabbed one off the top and went with it. And that's what I bought. And that's why I bought that. Do you ever buy donuts? And which ones did you buy? And why did you buy that? Thanks for tuning in for the Why Did I Buy That portion of the show. Mrs. Freshly's. Mrs. Freshly's carries them. They are bomb diggity. Glazed raspberry, blueberry old fashioned. I do like blueberry. Blueberry's delicious. Maple and bacon is great. Maple and bacon, it's like a breakfast donut, which I love donuts for breakfast. Have you ever tried the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cupcakes? Really, Benny? Because I mean, I've seen a lot of like crossovers and stuff, and they don't go well. But I do like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, like a lot. Like I actually dunk my chocolate in the peanut butter jar just to get more of that, and yeah. So I'm gonna have to try that. I will take your advice, Benny. Maybe we'll do it on a Why'd I Buy That? And it's because Benny suggested it. I went from waiting to counter to being the donut maker in Dunkin' Donuts. I love donuts. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Benny. I like Dunkin' Donuts too. They remind me of my childhood. Donuts are delicious. That's why we buy them, because they're tasty, and we like tasty snacks, and they taste really good. And you can get them in such a wide variety of toppings. Toppings. Speaking of topics, what do I got for the show this week? Anything? Do I have jokes? I think I got jokes. Let's see if I got some jokes. All right, do I have any jokes for the show? Where did I put the jokes? Okay, this is the worst one, but it's a gem-related joke. It's a cat-related joke. I gotta tell this joke. What do you call a thirsty cat that shapes gemstones? A lapidary. Yeah, because a lapidary is someone who shapes gems, and cats like to drink milk, and they lap it up. They lap a dairy product of sorts. So that's what you call a thirsty cat who shapes gems, a lapidary. Moving along. What do you call a 200-year-old buffalo? A bicentennial. Yeah, love that one. Okay, so this one actually we were talking about over on Jeffrey's channel. And I didn't actually finish writing it, Jeffrey. But we were saying, you know, if so many men treat women like a piece of meat, how funny would it be if a woman just stood in the meat department of the grocery store with a sticker that reads $5 a pound? Is that a tuna fish, or are you happy to see me? No, I'm not shoplifting a sausage. I'm not shoplifting a banana. That's not what's happening, but if you want to pat me down to find out. I think that Pop-Tarts should be packaged in bubble wrap, so you have something to pop while you eat your tart. Because, you know, what does the pop in Pop-Tart stand for anyway? I thought it stood for popular, which, you know, they used to be back when your other option was toast. It was like the expensive alternative. What are you going to have, a 3-cent piece of bread and butter? Or a 30-cent piece of cardboard with frosting on it? But nowadays we have toaster strudels. And I don't know what a strudel is, but it sounds like something I want to eat. So flaky, with all that filling in it. Delicious pie filling inside of a breakfast card. And they give you that frosting package. Like it gives you the illusion that you're going to have the opportunity to decide how much frosting you're going to use. But let's be honest, no normal adult is going to put part of a package of frosting on their toaster strudel. It's all going on there at once, you know. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to draw a picture and then you could eat around it and stuff. But now I'm an adult. Time is of the essence. I'm putting the whole thing in the middle, 2 of them together, swirl it around. It's spread even. But to be truthful, when I get it on there and I swirl it around, I don't even pull them apart anymore, because that means I've got a toaster strudel frosting sandwich, which is the best part of waking up. Sorry, Folgers. Let's see, did I miss anything in there? Yeah, flaky crust and pie filling. I need to work on that one. As a kid, a creative, and then they're together. Right, frosting sandwich. Okay, here's one for you. Malls, right? We all remember the mall. Modern day shopping malls are just museums where every exhibit is a gift shop. It's not really funny, it's just observational humor. Someone said they were having a Pampered Chef party to sell Pampered Chef products. And I've never seen the Pampered Chef, but I wonder if they're a Pampered Chef because they only cook greasy food. Or because they only cook with Olestra. I was thinking about making the Olestra reference, but I don't know how many people are familiar with Olestra. It was like the grease alternative that they stopped selling because it was causing people to... Yeah. Which I think that just got bad marketing. Kind of like those fancy new chip bags that people said were too loud. What else do I got? Oh, I signed up to be part of the Wu-Tang Clan. because I thought it was about a love for orange drink. The Wu-Tang Clan. Orange drink. I hope Roxy laughed at that one. And I think I got one story and one more joke. Okay, so this story, I don't really have a lot for it. I just have a note. I need to work it out, which I guess is kind of what I'm doing here in real time. I worked at a bar as a bar cook a while back, and usually it's okay. I think that every person in food service would probably understand when I say that working as a bar cook or just food service in general, there's this direct dichotomy between both sides of your brain where you understand that the customer is always right and you just want everyone to go away and leave you alone. And that's part of what happens is because as a bar cook, it's like being an artist. Every plate needs to be beautiful. Every plate is a work of art. Everything, it's me going into the plate, not that way, and becoming a showpiece, as well as it's flavor for the eyes and it's flavor for the mouth. And it all needs to be served just right. So I'm trying to do this art, and I've got to do it fast right now. And everybody, I'll get a ticket with like 5 or 6 people on there, and I'm trying to do it all fast. And it's a bar, so it's not like we're doing, shrimp cocktails with scalamise sauce, hollandaise, but it's like, burgers and fries. And that's what you get. You get burgers and fries, no onions, burgers and fries, no lettuce, burgers and fries, pickles, lettuce, onion, tomato, burgers and fries, no cheese. And then you get the one person who orders a pork chop with hand-dipped onion rings. I love them all. That side of the brain, yep, I understand. You want something delicious, you want something unique. It's a bar. Come get a pork chop. But here's the problem, is that trying to make the pork chop at the same time as all these burgers, the burgers are thawed, they're in the fridge, but the pork chop's in the freezer. It's in this vacuum sealed bag, and so in order to make it happen, I've got to get this vacuum sealed frozen pork chop thawed out fast. So I put it in the sink with a clean bowl, clean sink, clean water, hot water running on the pork chop in the bowl, thawing it out. And I'm running around. I feel like a gazelle dashing back and forth through the kitchen trying to do it all at once. And I got to get the fries down. I got to get the onion rings dipped. I got to get them in the fryer. I can't just fling them everywhere because then I got to clean it up later. And I want it all timed right, and it's all working out. Got the buns on the grill, got the butter going. I got the plates all ready, and it's all about to happen. And it's time now to put the pork chop on the grill. It's thawed out, and I see that, and so I get the steak knife, and I cut open the bag, and I go to grab out the pork chop, and I drop it into the clean bowl, into the clean water. It's soaking wet. It's like a sponge, and I got to get it on the grill, and if I leave it wet like that, it won't cook fast enough, and it'll be tough. So I got to do something. So I pick up the pork chop and wring it out like a rag, baby. All that water comes out of it. Throw it on the grill. Cook it up, serve it up. They're happy. I don't know if they were happy or not. I wasn't out there, but I was happy enough to tell them they should be happy with it, hopefully, because it's a bar. And that's my pork chop story. One more joke before I'm going to call it the end of the show. If you got anything coming up, promote it in the chats. Tell me about it. I'll talk to you about it. I want to know about it. I want to hear about it because, I only do this show once a week. I want you guys to get some attention too because you're awesome. And if this is after the show, put it down in the comments. Tell us about that. Okay, so what's my last joke? I just wrote this one like 30 minutes ago. And it references everybody trying to create their own podcast. Much love to you creating content. I really do love it. So this is not a dig, but I thought it was a funny observation. I'm going to create a new dating app called My Own Podcast. where I claim it's a podcast, but it's really an excuse to introduce myself to women and see how they react to my eccentricities. I was also thinking about I'm creating a new dating app called My Own Podcast, where women create a profile to be a guest on my podcast, and I can swipe left or right depending on whether or not I think you'll approve of my eccentricities. I don't know. Anyway, that's me trying to write jokes, and that's me trying to entertain you during the joke portion of the program. Thank you for coming by the show. Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you for putting up with my jokes. $5 a pound. There you go, Benny Loco. That's a more accurate price. My cat loves dairy. Oh, dude, they like ice cream, don't they? My cat likes mint chocolate chip ice cream. I thought never in a million years. But that was a million years ago. You can make donuts with canned biscuits. Oh, I know that, Benny. I used to do that as a kid. And we used to have fun trying to stuff the jelly down in there to make a jelly-filled donut. It was delicious. And we make chocolate ones and put crushed nuts. Dude, we had my sister and I, we had the donut station going on, and then we'd sit there and gorge on them. That's probably where I get that from. Benny, go on live stream and tell us how. Oh, yeah, we should interview Benny Loco. That would be a great interview. We should have her on the show. My cat loves dairy. That would be cool. I would do it. $5 a pound. It pops up from the toaster. That's what Diane said. Pops out of the toaster. That's what everybody's telling me. That's why they're called Pop-Tarts. They pop up. But that's not enough popping for me, so I want the bubble wrap. Why do you still eat the foods of your childhood? Do you know your dietary needs change? Man can't live on sugar. That's why I drink so much Mountain Dew, because it has the sugar, but it also has the corn part of the sugar. It's corn syrup, it's corn sugar. I love it. It also has the lemon balm. Oh, be right back. Rand is calling. I hope Rand is okay. Maybe he's Randy. You are amazing. You are amazing, Colette. You are all amazing. I'm so glad you came by the show to chat and see what's happening. I have a funny video coming up. We'll need some callers for the rock wholesale. Oh, okay, you got an auction coming up. That's what I should do. Colette said I should do an auction when I give away the salsa. So we need to schedule that maybe a week or two out. Mint chocolate chip is great ice cream. We should do a why did I buy that mint chocolate chip ice cream. Okay. All right, you are all great. I'm so glad I had so many cool people come by. Buds and Hazards made it. 710 made it. Colette S made it. Kiwi Claw made it. And Roxy made it. And that one guy. Welcome to the show. And Downriver Mining and Lapidary made it. And I hope I'm not missing anybody. Sometimes I'll miss somebody and I'm like, oh, I want to say, I said Roxy, right? Okay, yeah, Roxy made it. She's waiting for the Jade. Caramel Pop is waiting for some Peridot, which is going to happen. Zack Snyder. I didn't see your stream until now. I'll have to rewind. Zach, you got to check out the joke portion because there's some stories, which I don't know. I'm still working on the story parts, but I got a joke about Wu-Tang Clan, which I figured that you would get a kick out of. See, I signed up for the Wu-Tang Clan because I thought it was about a love for orange drink. But you have to be in that sweet age range where you know what Wu-Tang Clan is and you also know what Tang orange drink is. It's kind of like it's a niche joke, but I feel it's clever, I guess. I don't know. You know what's clever? All of you coming by to say hello for the show. You are all awesome. You are all fantastic. And let's see. Oh, I was going to do one other thing before I go. If I can find it. Let's see. We're going to click on... Well, let's see if I can get... Where's the channel filter? Okay. Oh, and if you scroll down in Tom Kelly's videos, he's got this he's got a video over 1 million views. It's like listening to my neighbors have sex. So, yeah, that was it's 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 a video. It was a viral video like 10 years ago. Okay, hold on. We're going to do this too. Cuz I think you posted some stuff, right, Zach? Recently or not? I don't know. Either way, cheers to the comedy community. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope you're ready to have a great week, because it is going to be a great week. It's going to be an awesome week, because you're going to make it a great week. And I hope to see you next week at 9 p.m. Eastern.